Hello and welcome to News Now. I'm Shivani Gharat. Now, Donald Trump says there is no rush to finalize a peace deal with Iran while confirming the U.S. naval blockade will remain until a formal agreement is signed and certified. The comments come after a report for Washington and Tehran had broadly agreed on framework involving reopening the Strait of Hormuz and addressing Iran's enriched uranium stockpile. However, major sticking points remain, including sanctions, relief, frozen Iranian funds, and the future of Tehran's nuclear program. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson said that conclusions have been reached on many topics discussed in a potential memorandum of understanding with the U.S., but this does not mean Tehran is close to signing an agreement. My colleague Sumita joins in with the details.
Absolutely. This is the latest development as far as the Iran-United States war is concerned. The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghai has stated that, however, there's been some progress that's been made in talks with the United States, but a large portion of the discussion of topics does not really mean that there's going to be an imminent signing of an agreement. In fact, the Iranian side also says that we do not currently plan to send a delegation to Pakistan and that Iran is negotiating an end to the war and is not currently discussing nuclear issues. Now, we need to focus on a bunch of things that has come out as far as the statement from the Iranian Foreign Ministry is concerned. Number one, that there's not going to be any discussion on nuclear issues. Now, this is in contravention to what Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State, mentioned in a joint press briefing yesterday, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. In fact, President Donald Trump has also stated on multiple occasions that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. In fact, the Iranian side also spoke about the management of the Strait of Hormuz. The spokesperson said that the management of the strait really belongs to the coastal countries. And remember, the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, just a couple of hours back stated that a pretty solid proposal is on the table amidst continuing efforts to reach a deal with Iran. And he did say that there was a possibility that in the next few hours, the world will hear some good news. Now, that statement, if you remember, that came after mixed signals that emerged from Washington and Tehran over the weekend regarding the status of the negotiations that were aimed at ending the war. So, of course, Iran has once again come out with a clarification. It has stated that there has been some progress which has been made, but that does not really ensure, that does not mean that the signing of an agreement is critical, it is imminent. Because remember, there are some aspects that the United States and Iran find themselves on loggerheads at. Number one is the nuclear issue. The other issue is related to the Strait of Hormuz, on the ownership of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, we do know that Iran has planned out a mechanism to levy a fee as far as the Strait of Hormuz and the passage of ships is concerned, and that is something that U.S. is not okay with. Marco Rubio also stated that it stands for free movement of ships and, of course, all containers, and that no country should be able to do that, because if Iran does it, then it leaves a bad precedent for other countries as well.
Thanks for that update. Now,